We'd like to welcome our VIPs for today. Marami po sila, so we'd like to call them one by one. So please stand if your name is called. We'd like to welcome Eileen, invited by Jaja. Eileen, hello Eileen. And then si Irene, invited by Flexi. Irene. Irene, hi Irene. Okay. Invited by Obed, kababayan nila ni Obed, no, from Cagayan. Si Jean Fontilias and Joey May. At si Nelsie Duga. Nelsie. Ayun. Hello po. Gusto natin i-welcome si Mary Rose Zenolos, invited by Kate. Ito, matagal ko na i-invita ito eh. 2 taon na yan. Jason, no? Jason! Yan! Jason po ay member ng aming outreach sa Pilipinas. Sabi mo na, para bumalik ka. Philippine team po yan ng ping-pong. Kaya, di ko na bro, para hawak ko natin. Hindi namin pagsasabi. Okay, invited by Jason, Harvey and Baze or Bazen Lamzopul. Hello, and may thank you from Taiwan. Okay. Okay, we'd like to request those our VIPs to please stand again. Si Eileen, Irene, Jean, Joby, Mary, Jason, Elsie, Harvey, Baze. Please reach out to them. Thank you. Salamat po, thank you. Salamat po, good afternoon. And ito maganda sa Harvest Point City Church. Talagang hindi lang tayo mag-invite. Okay? Hindi lang tayo mag-invite. Marami rin magaling mag-interpret. So, praise God for you, ha? Ako mag-English dahil sa kanila. So, salamat po. So, please stay after the service. We request you to stay after the service. Pero lang po, we just want to know you and to give us the opportunity to pray for you. No? Okay? So, sige po. Well, una-una, gusto ko lang pong, we just want to express our gratitude to God for allowing us to have our three nights of Week of Fire dun po sa youth hostel, no? Last Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Around, siguro, mga 90 to 100 ang dumadalo every night. Sino nandoon nung mga dami, di ba? Prayer and fasting, no? And nagpapasalamat tayo sa Panginoon kasi yung mga result na yung mga pinag-fast at pinag-pray natin during the past 3 nights. In fact, yung meron tayong couple doon na hindi nila alam na they've been praying na lumabas na yung kanilang visa from Australia. So hindi nila alam, right after the prayer and fasting, lumabas. Ang flight kagabi. Diba? Ganun kabilis, diba? Best friend yata ni Journey, diba? Ganun kabilis. Kaya nagpaalam nila sa akin sa passport, talagang hindi po namin naasahan. No? So ganun kabilis. At marami pa. May mga lumaya dito. marami kang maririnig. Nakakatawa yung how the Lord answered our prayers. So praise God for that. Okay? Sige po, mag-pray muna tayo. Lord, we commit our time today. We open our hearts. Speak to us, Lord, in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. One of the facts of life, as we grow older, yung mga tanong doon natin sa buhay, gets tougher or harder. Habang tumatanda tayo, ang tanong natin sa buhay, ang mga tanong ninyo sa buhay, ay tumitindi at humihirap. Naalala nyo nung tayo ay mga bata pa, malilit tayo. Sino sa inyo nagtanong dito, Mama, Papa, paano mo ako ginawa? Di ba? Nakakatawa, pero ano yun from an innocent mind, di ba? Paano mo ako ginawa? Di ba? Ang hirap sagutin yun. No? Isang batang nakikinig sa iyo. No? The question like, bakit kailangan mag-abroad ni tatay? Ba't kailangan niyang umalis? Di ba? Yung mga ganun tanong ng mga bata, tanong natin dati. For example, I remember that question, the same question, because my father was a seaman for 35 years. So I asked that question many times to my mother. Ba't kailangan umalis ni daddy? No? So, yun yung mga tanong. No? Pero habang tayo lumalaki, for example, naging teenager na tayo, di ba? Sabihin natin, Ma, anong course na pupunin ko? Anong school ako papasok, right? Mga ganyan na tanong natin, di ba? Pwede ba ako mag-girlfriend na? Di ba? Pwede ba ako mag-boyfriend na? Ay, hindi. Bakit? Lalaki ka eh. Di ba? So, mga questions na mahirap paiba ng paiba. Tapos, pagka-graduate mo, and then you will ask this question, di ba? Saan ka mag-work? Mag-a-abroad ka ba? Di ba? So, question like, kailan ako mag-aasawa? Di ba? Kasi magtatrabaho na, paiba-iba ng tanong. Di ba? And then, when you are working already, right now, in your situation today, questions get harder and tougher. Question like, Lord, kalooban mo bang umuwi na lang ako sa Pilipinas? Di ba? Lord, di ba? Kumihirap na eh. No? Lord, kalooban mo bang lumipat ako ng ibang kumpanya? Lord, kalooban mo bang sagutin ko na siya? Di ba? Yan na yun eh. Di ba? So, hirap ng tanong. Right? Di ba? Tatanungin ba ng bata yan? Halimbawa, tanungin ni Justin yan. Kalooban ba ni Lord? Yung mag-asawa ka, mami? Yeah! Madaling sagutin, di ba? No, seriously, di ba? So, question like, Lord, what's your will? Di ba? Well, how do we discern the will of God? How do we discern the path of God? Ayaw natin magkamali eh, no? In Psalm 23, as we continue our series in Psalm 23, na tawagan natin the most loved psalm, no? The series entitled "The Lord is My Shepherd." I want us to read the whole. Maliit eh, no? Pero kung makikita niyo, basahin natin, no? Basahin natin, all together from verse 1 down to verse 6. Ready? 1, 2, go. The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. He guides me along the right paths for His name's sake. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for You are with me. Your rod and Your staff will comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely Your goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen. Amen. So this is our third Friday, no? Third Friday sa ating third lesson sa ating The Lord is my shepherd in Psalm 23. So today we'll be discussing the third part, the verse 3b. Ano ba yung verse 3 naka-red na, no? He guides me along the right path, or He guides me in the paths of righteousness, okay, for His name's sake. For His name's sake. The past 2 Fridays, we've learned that ang mga pastol, the Good Shepherd, aside from feeding the sheep, right? He also leads the ship. No? He also protects the ship. So aside from doing those things, in verse 3, told us He also guides the ship. Okay? He also guides the ship. He says, I will guide you on the paths of righteousness. Literally, as if David will say those words to us today, ang ibig sabihin ganito, He keeps on track on me. No? The Lord keeps on track on us. No? He is guiding us. That's why I entitled this message, He keeps me on track. The question is, how do I let God keep me in the right paths? Paano yun? Paano ko hahayaan si Lord na ako ay manatili sa tamang daan? No? Sa tamang landas. Okay? I want us to remember 3 things. If we will let God to keep us in the right paths, remember this. Okay? Number 1, I need to, say the word, admit. Second, I need to submit. And third, I need to commit. Okay? Ito pag-uusapan natin ngayon. In order for us to, that God will keep us in the right path, okay? To know His will, to discern His plans for us, especially this coming year, no? We need to admit, we need to submit, and then we need to commit. Number 1, I need to admit that I need guidance. I need guidance. This is our starting point. If we want to know the paths of God, the will of God, ang starting point natin, dapat aminin natin na kailangan natin ng gabay. Di ba? I've said it last Friday and during the other Friday that it is impossible for a sheep to survive without a shepherd. Di ba? It is impossible for a sheep to live independently from the shepherd. Di ba? Mamamatay talaga siya eh. Talagang he needed the shepherd badly. Sheep have a poor vision. Na-mention kayo last Friday, right? Sabi ko, lahat pwede niya makita kasi ang vision niya is peripheral. Pero ang problema, hindi siya makatingin ng diretsyo. No? Clear dito, pero malabo ang vision niya. Kumbaga, parang siya ay, ano ba tawag, nearsighted? Nearsighted siya. No? Hindi niya nakikita yung malayo. Pero nakikita niya yung paligid niya. No? That is why, mahalaga talaga na may shepherd. Kasi, baka mamaya habang naglalakad siya, hindi niya alam, bangin na yon. It's a cliff already. Baka mahulog siya. At hindi niya malalaman yun. Or, maaaring palapit siya sa mga burning bush. Hindi niya mararamdaman yun. No? And you cannot blame him na masunog o mahulog kasi walang guidance of a shepherd. See? So clear sa atin. That's why the sheep needed the shepherd. Likewise, sabi ko nga, we are His sheep. He is our shepherd. Right? Tayo din, we cannot see our future. Right? Hindi natin alam mangyayari sa atin 5 years from now. Napahula niyo na ba? Nobody knows what will happen to us in the next 2, 3, in our future. We do not know that. Kung alam lang natin di ba? Yung parang back to the future, di ba? Pwede mong baguhin yung mga mistakes na nagawa mo, pero that's impossible. We are sheep, na masabi natin, we are also nearsighted. We do not know what will happen tomorrow. Though we have plans, no? But we we do not know exactly what will take place. Even with all the gimmicks to predict the future. Ang dami niyan eh. Nasubukan niyo na ba yung tap and play sa Facebook? Di ba? Ang daming ganun eh, di ba? What will happen to you on Valentine's Day? Subukan niyo na yun? Ha? Sino sumubok nun? At naniwala kayo? At bother kayo ngayon? O kaya, meron pa din eh, how much money you will have in 2019? Ako katuwaan lang, tinap ko yun eh. Ang laking pera, $300,000. Na-excite ako eh. Yung mga ganun ba, no? Ang daming ganun eh, no? Ewan mo, parang katuwaan lang, pero may isa akong gusto doon eh. What Bible verse that will strengthen you this 2019? Yung pwede pa yun. Di ba? Kasi alam naman natin, ang Bible verse will always inspire us. No? So, subukan nyo yung gawin nyo. No? Tinap ko yun eh. No? Ang ganda eh. No? Pero all of these are gimmick. No? Lahat kaya nga hula eh. No? So, nobody knows what will happen to us tomorrow, in the future. Hindi natin alam. No? Kaya lang tanong, why did God do this? Well, obviously, ginawa ng Diyos to upang sa ganon, you will learn how to depend on Him. So, He could guide you. Amen? Kasi kung ipapakita niya na kagad sa atin to, hindi natin kailangan ng Diyos. Di ba? That's why our starting point is we need to admit that we need His guidance. Lalo na sa pagpasok ng 2019. No? Do you remember the first day that you arrived in Dubai? Alala niyo yun? Yung pagpunta mo dito, di ba, hindi mo alam ang pagsakay ng metro, hindi mo alam yung mga buhay sa loob ng flat, di ba? Hindi mo alam yung mga Pilipinong pagkakatiwalaan mo, yung mga ganun, di ba? We are zero knowledge about the life and culture here in Dubai. Di ba? And wala siguro sa atin naglakas na loob. I will know later. No? In the process, I will know. Di ba? Pero, ang hirap, di ba? We needed someone, at least to brief us or to orient us no, kung ano ang buhay dito, di ba? Para naman di tayo magkamali. I remember when we came here, no? When we came here, I thank God I have friends, pastor friends na they've been ministering in UAE for many years. So, talagang I decided to see them, to meet with them, just to give me para bang briefing or orientation kung ano yung spiritual atmosphere, ano yung spiritual climate ng mga tao dito sa UAE. 3 pastors I met, no? And I thank God for helping me, for these people na provided guidance to me. Joy, dapat dito gawin mo, Joy, yung minister to. So, ang ganda, ang laking tulong sa akin yun. Paano? Kung sinabi ko, kaya-kaya mo na yan. I've been a pastor for almost 25 years in the Philippines. That's fine with me. I don't need guidance. No? Eh, iba ang culture dito eh. Di ba? Hindi ko pwede sabihin magaling ako kahit matagal na ako ng pastor. No. I need somebody to guide me and to help me what to do. No? Eh kung ginawa ko siguro yung hindi ko sila nilapitan, baka napahamak kayo eh. No? Napahamak tayo lahat. But I thank God for these people. They provided guidance. They prayed for me. During my first year here, talagang grabe yung support nila. No? So, ganoon din tayo. No? We need to admit that we need guidance because hindi dahil you have sabi ko nga you have performed well last year, no? Nakita mo na yung mga mistakes mo, di ba? You've learned a lot, no? In 2019, sabi mo you will improve, you will do better. That's good, but still all of us we need guidance. And that guidance will come from God. no? Manggagaling sa ating Panginoon. No? Kasi, lalo-lalo na kapag nako-confuse tayo, paano ayaw pang aminin? When somebody approached me, asking for a counseling dahil meron silang parang hindi pagkakasundo ang mag-asawa. So sabi ko, sige, I'm willing to talk to you. Pero, mas maganda, kayong dalawa. Diba? Sige po, sabi ko, I'll tell my husband about that. Kasi maganda, di ba? Kakusapin ko lang siya, maganda yung mag-asawa ka. After a week, bumalik sa akin. Sabi ng asawa mo, ayaw po eh. Bakit? Yung counseling to para sa mga siraulo lang. Ano naman kawawa nito. So, hanggang ngayon, di ba? So, nakakalungkot. No? Para people feel na they know what to do in life. No? Look at in Psalm 25 verse 9. Anong sabi ni Lord? He guides the humble in what is right and teaches them His way. Read? Read this. No? He guides the humble. Dapat talaga, you need to be humble enough so that you will know the leading or the guidance of God sa ating buhay. Another verse tells us in 1 Peter 5:6, so humble yourselves under the mighty power of God, and at the right time, He will lift you up in honor. Grabe, no? So, this is our starting point, church. If we want to know, to discern the paths of God this year, let us be humble. Be humble enough to admit that I need guidance. No? You and I need guidance. No? Sabi mo sa katabi mo, huwag nang magmarunong. Umamin ka na. Okay? Admit that you and I need guidance because it is the first step in getting God's will for your life. So aminin natin, let's accept, Lord, hindi ko kaya itong 2019. I needed your guidance. Okay? Let's be humble. Second, that's the first one. As we admit, what I need to do is I need to admit that I need guidance. Second, the second thing, okay? How do I let God keep me in the right path? I need to submit my life to Him. Submission. Papasakop. No? So, hindi lang admission, but you have to submit. No? Magpasakop sa Kanya. No? Why? Okay. Sabi sa Romans 12 verse 2, do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test, approve, what God's will is. His good, pleasing, and perfect will. So, ibig sabihin, in this verse, we will see here that God is open enough to share His plans, no? His will to us. In this verse, di ba? But, there is a condition. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed. The word transform there means, yung original word na yan, no? Let me share lang sa inyo. Yung transform na yun, no? Kaya, yung word dyan is morphe. Morphe. Ibig sabihin, it's dyan kinuha yung word na metamorphosis. Nalala niyo science ninyo? Yung caterpillar transforming to become butterfly. Di ba? Alam ko niyo yun? So, ganun yun, no? Nagkakaroon tayo ng transformation of our mind. From being worldly, okay? Nagiging worldly, nare-renew yung mind natin. And with this condition, the moment ma-renew yung mind mo, sabi doon, you will be able, ibig sabihin ikaw mismo, you will be able to test and approve if this is really God's will. Kung ito ay kalooban ng Diyos. Good, pleasing, and perfect will. Ngayon, kung hindi mangyayari yung transformation na yan, and you will keep on living with a worldly mind, impossible for us to know the path of God. Kung mabuhay ka sa kasalanan, you will continue to live in sin, you will have a hard time to find God's best for you. Kaya maraming nagkakamali lagi sa atin. No? Kasi very clear dito di ba? Kaya nga, ang ibig sabihin niyan, our walk with God, okay? It is very essential in knowing the paths of God's righteousness. So magkasama yung church, ha? We must walk with God so that we may understand what's in the heart of God. But if you will continue to live your life outside or away from God, hindi mo malalaman Di ba? Kaya dapat, the more we are close to God, the more we will hear the heartbeat of God. Amen? Kaya nakikita niyo yung blessing of being intimate with God? Saan ka pa? Di ba? Naririnig mo, napapakinggan mo, nalalaman mo ang gusto ng Diyos sa buhay mo. Nararamdaman mo yun No? Mararamdaman natin, very clear, this is scripture. No? Kaya nga, parang ano rin naman yan, di ba? Kaya nga, ang sabi natin, ang knowing, discerning the path of God, knowing the will of God, remember, it's a relationship. It is not enough for you. Paano mo malaman ang kalooban ng Diyos? Pastor, kahit ako wala ako sagot dyan Di ba? Basta sa tingin mo sa kalooban mo, hindi ko alam. Di ba? Sa tingin mo, Pastor, uwi ako sa Pilipinas. Hindi ako manuhula It's between you and God. Di ba? It's a relationship. Para mag-ina yan, mag-amay, di ba? Pag close ka sa nanay at tatay mo, alam mo kung ano yung ayaw ng nanay mo di ba? Di ba? Ako nililigaw ako, ayaw ni nanay yan. Hindi ba napalataya yan? Nalalaman mo di ba? Kailangan tayo uwi ng aga, bakit? Ayaw ni nanay niya ulit tayo. Alam mo kasi, pag malapit ka sa natin, ganun din yung relationship natin. Kaya nga, God's will or God's path is a relationship. Nakuha niyo? So you know, if you want to know the plans of God, the will of God for your life, this is important relationship. No? Relationship. No? There is very little in the Bible about techniques of knowing the will of God. But there are thousands of verses that talk about developing a loving relationship with Jesus. Why? Because God's will is a relationship. Remember, this is not a feeling. Iba kasi nag-aanit ng hindi ko nararamdaman. No? Some of us are looking for a feeling or supernatural sign. Di ba? Minsan naghahanap ka ng mga sign. Pag tumingin siya, akin ka. Ano naman yan? Hindi tumingin. Eh, tumingin na gano'n. Sabi ko na nga ba, bulag pala, bulag. Di ba? Humingi tayo ng sign. Pag hindi siya tumawag ngayon, hindi yung kalooban ng Diyos. Di ba? Di ba? Paano kung walang load talaga, hindi makatawa? No? Kung gusto niya makipagbalikan sa akin, di ba? Hindi yun sa mga sa sign mo. No? Hinahanap natin lagi yun No? Yung feeling ba lagi? Mahirap yun dahil pag dumipende po tayo sa mga ganyang sign na yan, baka tayo madisgrasya ho tayo. Opo. Kasi may kilala nga po akong pastor, talagang gusto niyo talaga magpastor. Talagang sabi niya, talagang tinawag natin ako magpastor. So, hanggang one time, nagpastor na ho siya kasi magsasaka ho siya, nagtatanim ho siya ng mga palay. Sabi niya, Lord, give me sign. So nahiga siya minsan habang nakita niya yung cloud nag-form ng 2 letter. PC. Sabi na lang sign. Plan Church. Plan Church, PC. Simula na, nagtayo na siya ng simbahan. After ilang taon, hindi lumago yung simbahan. Tapos pag nag-preach siya, nakakatulog yung mga tao. Ganun mo na magpatulog eh. Nilapitan na ho siya isang member, sabi niya, Pastor, talaga mo ba kayo tinawag ng Pastor? Bakit? Eh, alam, hindi na tayo lumalago. Yung mga tao dito, hindi naman talaga nakakatulog tuwing kayo nagsasalita. Ano ba talaga ang batayan ng pagtawag ninyo kay Lord? Sabi niya, matindi, nakakita ako ng sign. Nakita mo sign. Nung naigaw, nakakita ko, PC. Ha? Oo, Plan Church. Ganun ba? Baka ibig sabihin ng plan kamote. Remember, the problem is that feelings are unreliable. They will often guide you to wrong way. Nag-away, hiwalay na! Hiwalay na kaagad, nag-away na. Ganun eh, di ba? Napagalit na boss, resign! Bakit galit eh? Galit. Tingnan ko kung gawa ka dyan. Wala ako, di ba? Gano'n? Sabi ng boss, tingnan ko kung makabalik ka man dito. Iniigit mo, papadala ko sa'yo. Diba? Ganun, may galit kasi yun, di ba? It's all feeling. Okay, given na you're hurt. And the tendency is to get back. Diba? Pero, hindi na ako pwede yun eh. Minsan kasi yung feelings natin, pagod ka lang. Yung pagod ka, uwi ka na sa Pilipinas. Yung gano'n, di ba? Okay, papagod yung magpahinga. Hello? Antok ka, tumatulog. Hindi ka agad major decision. Jeremiah 17:9 says, the heart is deceitful. Sabi mo sa katabing niya, puso mo, deceitful. So don't wait for a feeling when you are trying to figure out God's plan for your life. Hindi ko nakaramdaman eh. Diba? Hindi ko nakaramdaman niya sa iyo mo. You have to walk with God. So huwag mo hintayin, wala akong nararamdaman. Okay? 1 Corinthians 1:9, God invited you into a wonderful friendship with His Son, even Christ our Lord. So there's always the invitation. Kasi the moment we respond to that invitation, God is willing enough to share everything to us. All His plans. No? Huwag natin magdepende sa feeling, di ba? Sabi nga dito, nakita kong post sa Facebook, you don't have to consult your feelings to move forward. You just need to consult God. Amen, di ba? Amen? Huwag sa kalooban mo, kalooban ni Lord. Okay? So it's not the feelings, okay? Hindi siya sa feeling lang, ha? And it's a relationship, and it's not a formula. In our culture, we want everything to be easy. No? Para mong dapat may formula tayo, di ba? Step 1, hawak sa bewang. Step 2, kagat sa kuko. Step 3, ang dami natin mga formula na akala natin kayang i-google. Di ba? Para mabilis ang sagot. Hindi ho ganun si Lord. It's a relationship. In short, it is better you get to know God, the less confusion you're going to have about what His will is. See? The solution is getting to know Him. No other way, church. Get to know God deeper and deeper. Hindi ka talo. You will never go wrong if you grow intimately with God. Ano yun no? Ang Diyos hindi siya madamot. Ang madamot tayo. We don't spend time with Him, much time with Him. But give your time with Him and He's willing to share everything to us. Okay? And look at this verse. Delight yourself in the Lord and He will give you the desires of your heart. The more you enjoy your time with God, He will grant your heart's desire, church. So kung ano hinahanap mo, kalooban ng Diyos, and you are having a heart, ang hirap, confuse ako. Diba? The only advice that I can give you right now is just talk to God, listen to God. No? Of course, I can give you some points that can help you, but at the end of the day, it's God talking to you. Delight means being happy. No? Delight yourself in the Lord. No? Ibig sabihin ba, ibibigay na kagad sa akin yung pastor? Hindi. Kasi pag nag-delight ka kay Lord, di ba, pinaliwanag ko, pag nag-delight ka kay Lord, yourself in the Lord, He will give you the desires of your heart. Hindi actually desires mo yun. Pag nag-delight ka, yung desires na yun, desire ni Lord yun, nilagay sa puso mo. At desire mo na yun. Kaya He will give you the desires of your heart. Kaya nai-enjoy mo na yung desire ni God. Lord, gusto ko yan, gusto mo. Yan. Nai-enjoy mo na yon. So, hindi na kalooban mo, kalooban niya. Nagigets niyo ba? Nagigets niyo? So, are we learning today? Are we learning, di ba? So, this is a very nice verse. Sabi sa niyo ito, no? Delight yourself. Enjoy yourself with God. And the moment you enjoy yourself with God, your devo, your devotion, your training, enjoy it. And then He will give you the desires of your heart. Diba? Yan si Mario. Yung Mario. Tuwa si yung asawa niya. Nasa kami. Kami, marami ka nang bibilangin, ha? Kaya nga, one way of doing this, church, we will be having itong PX3, no? Yung sabi ni Pastor Pad sa atin kanina, yung Pads, na part of our prayer for 3 is that we will have the intentional daily devotion, no? That we will start this coming February 1. Okay? So again, we will start again yung ating common passage ng Devo every day. So it's part of the challenge dito sa ating prayer for 3. And your leaders will explain to you further about that. Okay? So, maganda yun. February 1 to February 28, as we anticipate for our 4th anniversary, grabe, no? Talagang all of us we will all be in one page once again, no? In our devotion. Talagang moving together. Okay? Moving together. So, mahalaga yun. Okay? So, we need to submit. If we want to know the path of God, admit that we need Him, need guidance, and you have to submit. No other way. Lord, I will submit. I will submit to you, God. Not your will, ha? And then lastly, as we admit and submit, then the last, I need to commit to His path of righteousness. Righteousness. His path of righteousness is definitely straight, matuwid. Okay? Committing to His path of righteousness. Ibig sabihin, we must be committed to His path no matter what. If this is God's path for us, if this is God's will for us, whether we like it or not, we may be against it. No? We may be opposed to our will. But if this is God's path for us, whether we like it or not, we need to trust Him. We need to be committed. Okay? For example, kung babalikan natin yung story ng mga Israelites in Exodus 14. We are familiar with the story, di ba? When after 400 years of slavery, okay, sa Egypt, di ba? We know the story, no? Moses came and Pharaoh, finally, the Lord changed his heart. And sabi ni Moses, let my people go. Di ba? We know the story. At pinalaya sila, di ba? Pinalaya, around 1 million of them. They're going to the promised land. And while they were traveling, going to the promised land, di ba? Biglang nakasalubong nila, Red Sea, right? There is a Red Sea. So, sabi nila, we need to stop. Wala namang bridge doon. No? Para bang it's a dead end already because on the right side is what? It's a mountain range. It's uncrossable. On the left side, it's another mountain range. It's another uncrossable. And